Welcome to The Explainer. Property management in Greenwich, it definitely comes with its fair share of high-stakes responsibilities. One little oversight and suddenly you're dealing with unhappy tenants, massive compliance issues, and those terrifying emergency costs. So today we're zooming in on a really vital piece of that puzzle, your heating system. Based on our latest source material, we're going to unpack professional boiler installation services to really get into the nuts and bolts of keeping properties safe, compliant, and, well, perfectly heated. Let's get started.
Need boiler installation in Greenwich? It's a pretty straightforward question posed by our source, right? But honestly, if you own or manage property in the area, it carries a lot of weight. The implications of getting this wrong, they're severe. We're talking about freezing tenant complaints right in the dead of winter, scary safety hazards, and sudden financial hits that can completely derail a property's profitability. It's a massive headache, and it's one property professionals actively need to prevent.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the risk of waiting and avoiding the complete stop.
So, there's a huge psychological and financial difference between just managing an unreliable system and dealing with a total, utter breakdown. Look, an unreliable boiler is stressful, for sure. It's that ongoing anxiety, the frequent maintenance calls, and just that lingering dread that something's going to snap. But the source material gives a really direct warning about the alternative, waiting until it stops completely. That takes a manageable nuisance and turns it into a full-blown, catastrophic threat. A complete failure means sudden inhabitability, eye-watering out-of-hours call-out fees, and a desperate scramble for replacement parts right when the freezing temperatures hit. It's like going from a known risk to a completely uncontrollable emergency.
Moving right along to Section 2, the Upgrade, Advantage, and Essential System Standards.
And this brilliantly illustrates how a new boiler fundamentally changes a property's value and the tenant's daily experience through a direct threefold upgrade. First up, improved heating performance. This means a property actually reaches and maintains ideal temperatures without constantly straining the system or blowing up energy bills. Second, hot water reliability. This completely removes one of the most common friction points between tenants and management. Nobody wants to wake up to a freezing cold shower, right? And third, overall property comfort is just elevated. Upgrading isn't just about ticking some maintenance box. It's a proactive strategy to boost tenant retention, protect the physical building from dampness or cold damage, and literally transform the living experience inside that space.
But, beyond just the comfort factors, there's a strict, absolutely non-negotiable bedrock of property compliance that every single heating infrastructure has to rest upon. The text outlines 3 absolute mandates. The system has to be safe, it has to be efficient, and it must be properly installed. These aren't just polite suggestions, guys. They're the fundamental standards required to protect human life, hit environmental energy expectations, and satisfy the rigorous legal rules placed on modern property stewards today.
Which brings us to Section 3, Properties and People. Who needs compliance?
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how exceptionally clear the source material makes it that these installations and these compliance standards are essential across the board. Whether you're a landlord overseeing a single rental flat, a homeowner securing your own place, or a letting agent and property manager responsible for a massive multi-tenant HMO, these requirements apply to you. The mandate for professional installation doesn't discriminate based on how big your portfolio is or what type of building it is. From a standalone house to a general rental property, literally anyone acting as a property steward in Greenwich is fundamentally reliant on securing these services to stay safe and compliant.
Let's head into Section 4, the Greenwich Solution, and booking today.
So, to actually address these strict compliance needs and dodge the nightmare of a total system failure, the source material points to a very specific provider, Landlord Property Certificates. They're cited as the professional solution for managing boiler installations right in the Greenwich area. The analytical takeaway here, proactive risk management. The text strongly advises taking action to book an installation today. It really reinforces the underlying theme that fixing your heating infrastructure proactively is just vastly more practical and legally sound than waiting for that disastrous complete stop we talked about earlier.
So the crucial point is that the ultimate antidote to all those compliance nightmares and unreliable boiler anxieties is simplicity. The whole ethos of this provider is captured right here in their promise. London Property Services made simple. Let's face it, managing gas safety, energy efficiency, and complex boiler installs across different property types is incredibly stressful for property professionals. The goal highlighted here is to just completely remove that complexity from the equation. It's about offering a smooth, streamlined path to compliance and tenant well-being without all that traditional operational friction.
If your heating system stopped completely tomorrow, is your property truly safe and efficient? It's a stark, provocative reminder of exactly what's at stake here when managing infrastructure.
Relying on an aging, uncertain system leaves both your tenants and your investment completely vulnerable. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Make sure to keep those core standards of safety and efficiency top of mind, and I'll catch you in the next one.